Just a pinch late. I woke up a little late tonight. I fell asleep during the game. Fell asleep during the second half. I woke up to them winning. I'm talking about the team that was winning when I went to sleep. Looks like little Miss Taylor got egg on her face. Little Miss Taylor. Did I change her clothes before? Yeah, I did. I remember now. I changed her clothes before I went off homes. So we don't have to play with none of that right now. All we gotta do is go out and get started. Get started, Holmes. Start this party. Get this party started. We're gonna get this party started, Holmes. You know, I said I was done with a particular subject today, but my sister had noticed that they had removed a post that pretty much showed who this person was. So I was obligated to put it on Gab where it will not be removed. And that's the last I'm going to say of it because I'm done with these people. I feel like we really are better off without them out of our lives. They were toxic. And to think that they could support her and her toxicity towards disabled and the blind, and throw stumbling blocks. It says a lot about their characters. It don't say a lot about mine. I'm done with those people. Even one of my friends can't understand it. I'm not going to name these people. Some of my friends can't understand. You know, I was actually texted by people telling me he can't understand. That's okay. We became the bad guys. That's okay. I'll be the bad guy. He was that disrespectful to us too. It's just nobody cared. But they didn't really care about their own children. So, what does that say? That's he's trying to punch. What happened to this? How'd this start? Instead of running, she's punching. There we go. We're running. I gotta get her to the casino. Two. The outfit with that red shirt, the outfit with that red hat looks good. I like that. All right now. Yeah. That was my point today. I wasn't trying to start it again. I was just letting them know that I can't understand why. Are they working so hard to hide what this person done? I mean, she's a terrible individual. People should know what she did. But they made me out to be the bad guy. And all I called her was fatty. And well. Now, yeah, I kind of said the same thing about that individual after he treated us with the disrespect that he did, and his buddy of all things. I never said anything about his little tag team partner. I saw him running his mouth. I never did anything to that little. I got on here on one of these streams, but then I went and edited it out. Called him a little name. It was similar to what she was saying. But now, you want to know something? He had it coming. He's a little dick. He's a dick to other people. And that's what they didn't like me telling. They didn't like me telling that he'd run off other people. And he did. He made them feel unwelcome. Was his attitude. That was the only reason I posted that today. I am done. I am done. I'm going to try to quit responding to everything. That's going to be hard too because I'm used to being a responder. I've done that since my early days on the internet. But I'm going to quit responding for me. Because I'm the one that's in the right. I'm standing up for what's right. I might have done it in a mean way. You don't treat people like that. Even the Bible tells you don't treat people like that. Oh, I got a new thing, a hold of something. Even you and I'd heard about a little bit of this. I'm going to do some more research on it. The 1775 Bible.
Wow, so rude.
I'm going to do more research on that. The 1775 Bible. Certain entities decided that it was in their best interest to hide the truth about God to you. And I understand. I mean, yeah, they have used that as a big control mechanism. And I'm going to tell you another thing. And this is going to be where I sort of repent in some ways. Because just like Marilyn Manson and all them, I used to hate all the twisting and the using to make people bend to your ways. But I am seeing a world void without people believing in God. And let's just say most individuals needed that. I'm not saying all of us. I don't think Manson needs it. I don't think I need it. I think a few other people don't need it. But now I think, I don't care what he's accused of. That's a bunch of bullshit. I'm talking about, because I'm telling you, he's very smart. He's a very smart individual. He was telling you where things was going just like Jones and them. So he was doing it in songs. I don't think some of us need that in place to keep us, because we just don't really do people. We don't want to do people dirty. I don't mean we won't get our hands dirty if we have to hit back if people hit at us. But we don't, our nature isn't to do people evil. Screw people over. It's not our nature to screw people over. But a lot of this world needed it. So that's where my repentance comes in. I do repent there. Because I kind of hated that stuff. I had this idea of they were twisting things for their advantage. And I kind of hated it just like everybody else. Just like most of the haters. I just didn't hate God. I thought they was twisting this message so they could control people. But at the same time, I've come to the conclusion that some of them individuals needed that in their hearts because they're just wicked and they let their wickedness reign. I'm going to do more research on that 1775 Bible. I know one thing. When I prayed that prayer that God prayed to God last year, He sure has been opening some doors. He not only showed me my enemies, He's showing me other things about spirituality. And I'm going to try to keep it in context, because like I say, there is a warning about falling away. But what I'm doing is I'm looking at what seems to be true about God and what seems to be myths. One thing Jesus hated religion. That's what he got in trouble for. He was a religious rebel. And that is truth about him. He hated that stuff. He challenged those people. I'm going around in circles. I hate when I get on the street. That's the Jesus I loved, by the way. If y'all want to know what made me, I didn't like that religious stuff. If I'd been up to that stuff, I'd probably became a Satanist. But I started noticing, like y'all noticed when I said I got in trouble at school. It was Axel, probably Dave Mustaine, and Jesus that got me in trouble. Because I'm kid you not, that weekend that I went to school the next week, I read that you only got the power to me that has been given to you above, to pilot. And then I had Axel. They tell you what you can wear, what you can talk, what you can dress, what you can talk. I don't need that. I don't need that shit in my life. And between all that Monday, it got me in trouble. I was in trouble. And then, of course, no Mr. Not More Than Nice Guy that I'd heard in 89. Because that was 89. What am I talking about? It was 89 and 90 when I was going home. But I heard No More Mr. Nice Guy in the earlier part. I think it was, wasn't like April or something? I had to look out when that comes. Between Dave, Axel, and Jesus, I got in trouble. Because I started falling in love with that rebellious Jesus. You know, the one that smacked the tables around? The religious people's tables? That's the Jesus I fell in love with. Jesus was actually a rock and roll star to me. Instead of hating him, I liked him. You know, a lot of them, they hate him because it's not him they hate. I'm telling you what they hate. They hate that old religious control freaks. And I'm not talking to you that's not control freaks. I'm not talking to the Rodney Howard Browns and all them that are trying to show people how to get the best out of life. I'm talking about these wicked people that use the Bible to control people. That's what that's what apfns done like. That's what, and from what I can tell, is a distortion. And it was a distortion for people in power. Secret societies. People that had something to gain from you knowing the power that you had within you, given to you by the divine source of God. If you pay attention to it, I mean, even like when he was talking to the Samaritans, y'all know the Samaritans had some. When I was watching that video on the 1775 Bible, the Samaritans had some very interesting beliefs, and Jesus, I'm going to tell you, even in our Bible, confirmed pretty much what they didn't believe that you had to go to a temple. Well, he confirmed that. He told that girl that one day you will not go to a temple. He was confirming their belief. I mean, I was thinking, whoa, that's always something I got. That's something I got when I was young. I mean, that amazes me that I got that when I was young. Because back then I was sort of spiritually dumb. I'm not that spiritually smart right now. I'm just more smarter than I was. And I'm even more compared to praying that prayer last year. God has opened up so much stuff since then. See, it's in the best interest of certain individuals. And they don't want people like us thinking this stuff. People like us. People like the people that are awake. They don't want us knowing these things. Because if you learn these things, you don't need them. You see, there's no place for them MFers. If you learn this stuff, and I'm going to try to keep it clean, so I said MFers. I don't know if I've already said a cuss word or not. I'm not monitoring. If I were monitoring, I would notice. I'm trying not to. I'm not talking to the good people that use the Bible for good. There's a lot of people that, like there's prison ministries and stuff that reach out to prisoners. I used to be a part of that, by the way. I used to actually be a part of that. I'd actually communicate with the prisoners. You know, write them letters, as many as I could. I've told that story before. The one that got me Charles Manson's info. I used to actually communicate. I used to give a little few dollars here and there to the prison ministries. There's people that does extraordinary good for God. Keeping the poor fed. Keeping the lonely You want to know why I did that? I spend most of my time being lonely. I kind of feel like my life is a prison because I'm disabled. I kind of feel like my disability is a prison. So I kind of did that because I felt lonely. I knew what it felt like. I felt like a lonely person, so I would try to keep the lonely company. There are some people that do, but there are some people that does some wicked with the Bible as well. Control you, keep you under their thumb, under my thumb. Manipulation, money, wanting your money. God, money, I'll do that. That's what most 99% of them bends this problem. Some of them may be pure Satanists. There's a possibility that some of them are pure devil worshippers because they show it. But now some of them they just don't like that perception of God that they've been shown. That perception of control. I didn't like that either, by the way. Indeed, when I was getting thrusted in that rock and roll, wanting to be a rock and roller, God was reaching out to me. Probably because of my grandparents and my aunt and people that believed in him. And even my mama. And probably my daddy, too. I think he believed in God. I just don't think he talked to him. I think he was one of these people sort of like Ronald Reagan. They want to go out here and press their religious views on everything. Now, he was bad at using the Bible to, like, say, try to keep you in line. And I even challenged that, by the way. I went out and read the scriptures he used to quote to me. I was a little challenger, but that's what I like about Jesus, because when you look at him, he was a challenger too. Now, he was a perfect challenger. He wasn't corrupt like me. He wasn't corrupt like me. He's perfect. Indeed, anytime I prayed to him about that, that's what he says. He says, be angry, sin not. And the last time he said it to me, he said, I've told you over and over again, the answer is to be angry and sin not. And I say, well, it's like I told you yesterday. Your Bible does say that. And I'm not talking about hearing voices here. Some people say, oh, this guy, he hears voices. No, I'm not talking about that. This is like a voice that comes to you. This ain't even like hearing anything. This is something that you feel. This voice is something you feel. It ain't like he literally speaks to you. You feel him. Like your soul feels it. I'm not talking about voices. You do hear voices at times. Most of the time it's your own. Sometimes it's you might hear recorded messages of, like I say, I can sometimes hear tapes of Alex Jones talking, or maybe something else I've heard in the past, or it'll just like start playing to me again. Like I was playing, but it's not playing in my brain. Old past radio broadcasts, old past sermons, you name it. But that's a different thing than what I'm talking about. This what I call the voice of God. Now I will tell you something. One thing, he never speaks anything that voice that I call him. He never speaks anything that I can't find in the Bible. Because if he does, it's not him to me. I'm not going to hear him. And you wouldn't even hear about it. Because I wouldn't even tell you about that voice. Because that voice, I would consider that voice a liar. I would consider that voice a liar, and I wouldn't listen to him. You know, it's like they say, they that follow me know my voice. Don't follow no other. The weirdest thing ever had happened. This was weird as fuck. And I go cussing. Weird as crap. I wrote my message there. Weird. It's weird. Y'all remember when I had the COVID? I would leave Rodney Howard Brown on. I mean, I just left his channel on. Even when he was offline, I let his videos play. I was afraid I was going to die. This one time, and he was alive. This was when he was on live. I passed out. Y'all know I heard every word he was saying, even though I was laying there passed out. I could hear him like it was like a voice, and he was sort of muffled, and I could hear him talking. And then I wake up, and the muffle clears out, and it's a continuum of what he's speaking. That was how I knew I wasn't just imagining hearing him, because he was a continuing. It's just instead of being muffled anymore, and in the blackness, I was actually hearing his voice. Like clear, like it well clearly. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I sometimes sing that when clarity comes to me. Like anytime you hear me singing that song, I've gotten clear about something. Like if you hear me singing, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. That means God's opened my eyes to something. Anytime you've ever heard me singing that, I've been open to something. Something, and I may not even tell you what I'm talking about. I may just sing that song. I'm far away from that green line now. This is going to be the scenic route. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. It's going to be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. It's going to be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Of course, thank God, and I will say this, like, of course, I don't really know if that's true. You know what I think? I'm going to give you my full-edged opinion here. Well, I better not, it's on Twitch. I don't know what I can get by with on Twitch. If I was on Rumble only, I'd tell you. I don't know what I can get by with on Twitch. It's a shame we have to be like that, man. You should just be able to... I mean, if you're not threatening anybody, you're not hurting anybody, you should be able to talk. And if other people don't agree with it, they should be able to come on and say, that's bullshit. That should be how it should be. Like somebody don't believe what I'm saying, they should be able to say, that's bullshit. And then I can say, well, you can believe what you want to believe, and that's my opinion. That's the way it should be. There should be no gatekeepers telling you what to say and what to think. YouTube is very bad at that stuff. I haven't, tell you the truth, I've never run into problems with Twitch. I kind of have no problems with it. I didn't have no problems. Twitch is always good to me. But now it's kind of like that, you know, they used to describe a dog that they would run tests with, and they'd shock him till he wouldn't eventually go to his bow. I have run into the casino. I just get out of the cab and go to the freaking casino. Oh, we're closer to it, though. We're closer to the Soul Hero and the Soulmobile. We finally make it. Oh, look at that. That's one of those nice cars. I like driving those things. But now I'm going to tell you a story about that. I actually seen a real-life crash from one of those coming home from karaoke one night. And I told my mama, I said, oh, I know how this accident happened. I said, when I play that car in GTA, if I don't drive that fucker just right, it spins out of control, and I get killed. And I said the difference between a game and reality is you don't respawn in life. You may respawn somewhere. I don't know your afterlife. I really think that's real. I really think there's more to than just you just die out. That's one of the aspects that I still believe in.
I think at this point it's really the only thing that's going to motivate me to go to a gym.
You need to get motivated. I can show you some examples of motivations. I'm not necessarily making fun of these individuals. I've seen some horror stories with that, and felt like mine was a horror story because I felt like like when I got in a vehicle or something, I felt like I was trapped or something. Which was one of the freedoms of when I lost the weight, getting away from that feeling. Depends, if I still get in a smaller vehicle, really small one, I can still feel trapped.
Hello? Taxi? Hello?
We're going to get this lady. We're going to get this lady.
Okay, let's go.
Indeed, I'll tell my own self hit the gym, Patty. Like that day I got in trouble, I'll tell my own self that. But sometimes I need motivation to get my ass up. You got work to do, Fatty. You got to work on yourself, Fatty. You don't want to get back to that 383 pounds degrees.
I hope it's going to be a stress-free day.
I do too. I do too, lady.
What a car! Good for you.
That was a jealous schmuck there. Did you notice how he said that? You know me, here's me when I see a nice car. Or people doing good. I'm thinking, wow, man, that's wonderful. Most people. Oh, you don't deserve that. What did you do to deserve that? At least the drop-off ain't so far away. It's just right up here. So I can just see it as all. I'm having some eye troubles tonight. So. I'm just too lazy to hunt up those eye drops, and they're drier right now than they were earlier. Let's just say that they're drier now. After sleeping and everything, they're drier now than they were. I just try to be honest with you people. I just tell you honesty. If you don't like it, well, then I guess you can go on and not have anything to do with it. At least I'm not lying to you. I could get up here and tell you a bunch of everything, all your sweet nothings that you'd want to hear. Sweet nothings. My baby whispers in my ear. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, sweet nothings. I'll tell you what I'll do. That thought that I was talking about, I will do the Ather stream. And I will post those thoughts on the Ather stream. And I'll try to make a note of that. Because it's important about what I was going to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Let's get to that casino now. I'm going to go ahead and deposit our money in the bank. I'm going to get out of this taxi. I'll get out of this taxi. Sweet Caroline. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. I deposited that money. How far away from we from that casino? We're far away from that casino, right? I'll drive closer to the casino and then we'll get out of the cab. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I'm going wrong. I'll have to get on the right side here in a minute. It's gonna be a bright sunny day. It's gonna be a bright. Oh no, I'm going to that industrialized area. Fuck this bullshit. I hate this industrialized. See which way I need to go to not go with the industrial. Oh, we're going to go that way. We're going to go towards Vinewood. We're going to go towards Vinewood, up to no good. Uh-oh. I take a wrong turn. I don't think I've ever been this way before. I see the green dot, though. He's around the corner. He's around the corner, home. Somebody just go get him. Oh, where was that green dot? I seen it a while ago. And where am I at? I'm right. Oh, wait, I see. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I see me now. I see the green dot. Yeah, oh yeah. We turn around here. We get on that road there. And we should see the green dot. Now, if I'm going right. I'm picking this dude up. Or dudette. Or lady. Dudette. This depends. It depends on what it is. I'm picking this person up. If I'm going right. But I have to turn through there, though, to get to him. We'll find out. Got a cramp in my hand. Oh, I see him! Praise Jesus. I could have missed that. If I hadn't just... My eye just happened to look over that way. Now I got to figure out how to get over there. Well, we're going to go around, you fucker. It's another lady. It's another dudette. It's another lady.
Let's go, please.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see obstacles out of my way. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, oh, turn up here. Bright sunny day. This pass gonna hit. I hate this part. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. And I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles out of my way. I don't want that. This cabbie thing has been an experience. I still don't follow the laws on the red light. Now, if you don't do that in real life, you'll get a ticket. And by the way, I'm all for that kind of stuff because I watch idiots all the time in Dalton. Passing stop signs. Etc. That shit is fucked up, man. I almost said that shit is fucked up, man. You're not in GTA, man.
Thanks.
You're not in GTA. Leave that in your video games. Leave that in your video games. There's no place for that in the real world. I just ain't got time for it in this video game. Now, I know in real life you don't have time either, but I mean, in real life there's a real consequence. If I crash in this game, it's going to be respawned. I see the green dot. Let's go ahead and pick them up. Let's try to ring. I was going to go to that casino. We're going to go ahead and go around. I see it. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. That don't mean I'll have easy time finding where they're going. I hate those woods when they go in the woods. Going in the woods, they're up to no good. They're going in the woods, they're up to no good. Boy, everybody hating on Lamar Kendrick. I've seen that everywhere, man. Seriously, sometimes people are too hard on people. I mean, you might as well face it. You're just going to have to face it. They're never going to get the really good, talented people with it. They're always going to get the hacks they want to sponsor. It's finally a dude, I think.
Hi.
That's a woman.
Hey. Hey, man, what's up? You tried. Careful.
They're never going to get the people that you really think should be at the Super Bowl. Because they're always going to get their political hacks. They're always going to get who they push. They're going to put who they put their money in. Who they put their money in to create. And because he's a sports star, it's going to be in the best interest of the sports industry that Lamar Kendrick gets the gig. He might not be a football player, but he's of the sports industry. And they're going to support their own. I could tell you a nightmare story I witnessed at and it's no, I'm not smacking these people around, and I wasn't there to compete. It was okay for me. I booked myself so I could sing. But we witnessed some unjust stuff at a karaoke thing one time. That's all I'm going to say. This was a real thing. This ain't just like one in bars you showed up. This was like a competition thing. Now, I was just there to sing, but I witnessed some, what I thought was shady practices. And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to cut ties because I enjoyed doing it, even though I didn't win anything out of it. I wasn't there to win. I wasn't there to win. I was there to sing, baby. And I'm glad I did it because I got on a bigger stage. I couldn't hardly get on the stage. It was too big for me. I had to go out the back way. But now I witnessed some stuff that I thought was kind of shady. I'm not trying to blame, because these people, they were good though. I mean, even the guy, he was telling me and my sister how talented we were. The guy that ran it. But now I did witness some shady practices going on. I won't name them completely because I'm not trying. That's not the thing to out people. I'm just telling you. Industries are going to support themselves. And that's a little bit about what I was witnessing here. They're always going to support. The industry's always going to support itself. No matter what. No matter what you think, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, the industries are always going to accept themselves. That's why you, as a person, as an individual, you can't let that bubble you up. Because, you know, if you look back at some of Hitler's things that radicalized him towards a certain group of people, they did him that way. They rejected his art. They ridiculed him. I think even Michael Savage covered this one time. You can't let that, you got to love yourself even when others don't like it. You got to learn to love yourself. You got to learn to love yourself and believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you'll lose your way in this world. You'll stop. You'll quit. When people steps up against you, you will quit. You will give in. You'll say, I'm not worth anything. You can't do that. You got to keep believing in yourself even when others don't. That would be my motivation speech here. Like, I was just there to sing. Now, the main prize is $500 and something else, and that would have been nice to win. But I wasn't there while I was there. See, I like singing. That's what I was telling y'all the other day, that if I had been an artist, it would have never mattered to me if I'd ever had my names in the big light. As long as I was making me a little money, and I could go home and sell my merch, sell my t-shirts, make me a little bit of money to live, and get to the next gig. That would have been me. Oh, I saw a very heartwarming picture tonight, and I mean it. My sister told me about it when I woke up. Y'all know I always tell you I plug both Hinder and Austin Winkler. He bumped into Marshall. They had bumped into each other. And I'll say, man, that was a good picture. I love that picture, man. I love them both. I like both Austin. I like both Austin and Marshall. Marshall's good in his own right. Indeed, I like some of their albums just as much with him as I liked with Austin. So it ain't like, some people says, the Blind Sky, Brian Johnson thing. I like that too. But now, when I think of a singer for AC/DC, I always think of Brian, because Brian was who was there when I was recognizing. But now I also recognize Brian as the originator. But a lot of people, they get caught up into that BS. Like, I don't like that anymore. They don't have that same singer, or they don't have that same guitarist, or the band's different. It's not the real band. People get hung up in that bullshit. I'll tell you, I like Austin Winkler and Marshall. I'll tell you, Marshall puts on a great show too. Now, Austin was always my favorite,
You don't see many cars like that around here.
because I've seen him over 30 times with Hinder. And we've seen Marshall the rest of it. We even saw the other guy. We didn't see that one, I don't think. I don't think we ever seen that old guy that come in that they tried to literally take over Hinder. He's the one I don't like. I seen Jared Weeks, of Saving Abel. We saw him with Hinder. They even have a Christmas song with him. They recorded a Christmas song with him. I want to tell you, that was like a, whoa, man, look at that. I love that. Because, there are some fans that actually fight over that. I mean, I have seen it. Like, they go on about Marshall. And I'm not trying to put them down. That's their opinion. I love them both, y'all. Because I love both those albums that they've done with Marshall. And even some of their singles they've done. I also support Austin too, so I support them both. You know what would be amazing? Even if Hinder and Austin didn't never get back together. You know what would be amazing for Hinder and Austin both? It's a tour together. That would be an amazing tour. They might even be able to get Austin to come out in a few songs and sing. You never know. That would be a great tour. I wish they would widen that friendship, even if they never brought him back as their singer, because I'd be happy with it. I like Marshall and I like Austin both. And that'd be a killer show. Whoa, Austin and Marshall, same show. That'd be a kick-ass show, man. I'd love it. I know my sister would too. She likes them both though. I'm telling you, I like the Hinder albums both with both singers. There's that old arrogant battle, and that's the problem. David Lee Roth is full of himself. And I think Sammy is too. I think that's one of the problems. Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth are two rock and roll forces with these arrogant egos. And that's why that can't never work. And I love them both. I love both versions. I even love the third Van Halen. The Without You with Gary Sharon. I like Van Halen 3. But the problem with David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar is they're like putting two different forces together, and they're both a rock and roll force in their own right. It's just never going to work. You can't mix fire and water, fire and ice, fire, sacrifice. That's a Poison song, one about fire and ice. You can't put fire and ice together. And I don't even know if they're fire and ice. I just use that as an example. But now that would be wonderful if Austin and both Marshall didn't have egos, could get together and they'd them and Hinder do a tour, even if they wouldn't as Hinder. Like, it'd be amazing. I'm gonna tell you. And I'm not sure. And Marshall might want to be singing. Who knows? He's a kick-ass guitarist. He's a kick-ass guitarist. I used to just like, whoa, when you come out with the Use Me. He come out playing. He'd blow me away, man. But now, like I said, I'd be okay with him. Even just getting together and just doing things together, but not even as a band. You know what I'm saying? By being together, by doing some tours together, or maybe even doing some projects together. That would be amazing. I mean, it'd just be amazing. Even if Austin Winkler didn't return as a singer. Because like I said, I'm okay with Marshall as a singer. Because he entertains too. He's entertaining. I love them both. Now I know at the end of the day, it's all going to be what they want to do. You can't force them to do anything. And I'm just telling you my little thoughts. But now I was glad to see them together. Because I'm going to tell you, I noticed this years ago, a few years back. I was watching some old linked interviews that I'd archived. And I looked over on the couch and sat beside Austin Winkler was Marshall. And I thought, there he is. I didn't even pay attention to him back then. I thought he was a songwriter. He was writing songs on the album. And I didn't even pay attention to him because, I didn't really know him back then. But after seeing him for years and knowing his albums and watching his albums and seeing his releases and seeing his videos with him, I thought, that's Marshall. He's sitting there right beside Austin in the couch. I didn't even pay attention to him back then. Because he was one of their songwriters as well. Boy, that was a beautiful picture. I couldn't have been more happier. Just seeing them together. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. Now we're gonna go to the casino. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I actually didn't hit it at exit. I'm bad at that. Gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunny day. Why do I keep saying that? I hear we're gonna be getting some really rainy weather. Y'all better watch it. Some of you people better watch it. We flooded last year. They're predicting some really bad weather. You better watch it. You better watch it. You better watch over. Pray. Pray for the best. It's starting to sound like we might be getting some. We might be getting some apocalyptic weather here with some rain. Last time it was tornadoes and rain. Okay, Jesus. You take the wheel. I know you ain't into gambling. This is spinning oil. Ah, man. Can't even pray. Money, money, money. Show me the money. Show me the money, Lord. I don't want clothes. I want the car, the money, or the chips. Clothes. Well, thank you, Jesus. But the clothes don't mean nothing in this video game. It's only something for her to wear. I mean, I like putting the clothes on her. We'll just get the bonus ship. Now I'm gonna cash them in. I ain't even gonna gamble tonight. We'll gamble. We'll gamble at one of those machines.
Take your time.
Oh, I don't need to acquire any. We already got some chips.
I should get back to the office.
We'll try one of the machines. Hope this ain't one of them big ones. Let's see how much its chips are. That's a big chip. Well, I'll go up. We had 1,300, so we'll take which one.
How's your peep, Julie?
I lost.
Hey, when are we playing the wheel, bro?
Okay, let's get up. I should have just cashed them when I had 13. We ain't betting no more. I ain't losing no more money. Because right now I'm trying to gain as much money as I can get. I'm slow with that cab thing. I'm bad at the mission. I suck at the missions. So the way I get my cash is through gambling, cabin, and the chips. And now, I'm going to close this part of the broadcast, and we're going to go over to the taped version. And I'll see y'all later. I want to exit the casino, and that's where we're going to exit the live portion of the video game. I was on for 53 minutes and it was 3:24.